What's good, everybody? It's Coach Phil with Coach Phil Reacts. We are back with another video. So we are finally doing the Grey Cup champions. I'm talking about the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. This team is going for the triple. They're going for the three-peat. And right now, looking at what I've seen in preseason compared to other teams and what the roster is looking like, they may actually do it. I'm dead serious. They really might run the table, and if they stay healthy, they just might go undefeated because they're that damn good. So if this is your first time to the channel, run over there and subscribe, hit the notification bell. After you do that, hit the comment section, share out the video, and enjoy the family, join the community. We out here, and without any further ado, let's just get right to it. Oh, and by the way, I want to give a quick couple shout outs right now, man, because, you know, so y'all are incredible. So y'all are incredible people, man. I want to give a big shout out to Douglas Best first, man. He's diehard Saskatchewan Rough Rider fan, and I also want to give a shout out to the OG Hussey's Huddle, man. Hussey, me and him had a quick conversation tonight, and man, you something else, man. I'm loving your videos and what you're doing, man. So those are the quick shout outs for today, and yeah, let's get right to it.
Here with your team preview of the 2022 Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The last time that we saw them, 11-3, first in the West Division, and of course, they capped off the season with another Grey Cup championship back to back as they went for the double dip of champagne and celebration. Now, what has happened since they left the field? This is interesting. Of course, they've re-signed a lot of their core. That's what the Winnipeg Blue Bombers do. They believe that they have this fruit that they continue to build around. Even after Paul Appleby's offensive coordinator left, even after they had to make some moves of other pieces, they've been able to maintain this group that has continued to have success. Of course, all led by quarterback Zach Collaros. Now, how have they tweaked this roster going into this season? Usually when you have a star receiver like Kenny Lawler leave, as he did, it's difficult to replace. Well, they simply go out and get themselves Greg Ellingson. Now they pair with Preciate Bailey, Drew Wolotarski is back in the fold. They've done an excellent job of recreating and putting a twist on what the previous season's receiving group looked like to give Collaros all the targets he could possibly imagine. And I would not...
And just because you did that does not mean they're all going to have chemistry outright. They have to build this chemistry over time during the season, because you all know they just got back to the field. They had the whole CBA thing and all that jive. And quite honestly, it's all going to come down to how they gel with Collaros. That's all it's going to take. I know they lost Darvin Adams. I know they lost Kenny Lawler, but if they got Ellison here, man, I mean, that's going to be something. But all these other little pieces that they just gained, you got to gel as offense. Just because you got them don't mean they all going to fit correctly at one time. But don't try and put a square in a what is it that's saying? A square peg in a circle hole, whatever it is, man. You know what I'm trying to say. But it's going to have to happen over time. Now, will it happen? Most definitely. It can happen. But don't expect them to come out the gate slinging and putting up a lot of points. That's what I'm just thinking. It's going to take probably week 6, week 7 for it to all come together offensively. That's just how I see it.
Not put it past Ellingson and Collaros having a more successful season than Lawler and anybody in Edmonton, because I've seen Ellingson and Collaros play with each other. They have a true
okay, so they played with each other. All right. Well, then there's familiarity there.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers training camp can attest to. What to look for, what to expect from the 2022 Winnipeg Blue Bombers? Well, organizational culture. I think that's where you have to begin.
Boom. Right there. That phrase, organizational culture. That is what makes, that is the root of what makes teams successful. I'm glad that he mentioned that. If you can make the run that they've been on for the past 3 to 4 years, excluding COVID, the COVID year where they didn't play, this is a team that has phenomenal culture, and your culture is what you stand on as a team. If you have, there's a lot of teams that say, oh, we have culture, our culture is that. No, but if you're losing, you have no culture. This is a team that's proven that their culture works, and just because another team plucked their offensive coordinator does not mean that that's going to work somewhere else. It's working here in Winnipeg right now. They're hot, and when you strike magic, man, and you let that magic go, you can't get that back. So I'm digging it. I'm digging what he's saying about organizational culture. It's going to carry them. They re-signed a lot of guys, and they understand the culture, and guys that have bought into the culture. So it's going to carry them. This is something that a lot of teams don't have. You can go get all these guys like Ottawa did, but if you don't have anything to back that up, you're going to struggle. Just my 2 cents. Winnipeg is doing it the right way.
Consistency and approach. It starts from the top down, and you can tell when you're around this group how tight-knit they are and how much they believe in the messaging that they're getting from their head coach, Mike O'Shea. He is a leader of men. He's done a great job with this group, and success has proven that what he believes in will bring them further success. That has only allowed them to lean in more and more on this model that they've created. It's a pretty special group, and it is the class of the Canadian Football League as it stands right now. I also think this year that it's going to be interesting to watch the offense with Andrew Harris no longer there. So much of their identity was in the backfield with Harris alongside.
This is the Marshawn Lynch syndrome. When the Seahawks, and I'm speaking from a Seahawks fan's perspective, when we had Marshawn Lynch, our offense was predicated on him. We didn't have to depend on our receivers to stretch the field and make plays like that. We had them. We had Doug Baldwin, Jermaine Kearse. We had Percy Harvin. That's Super Bowl season, you know what I'm saying? We had weapons. But Marshawn was the heart of that offense. You knew he was going to carry at least 30 to 35 times a game. He was going to get his 100 yards. He was going to score his touchdown. You knew what Marshawn was going to give you. But that him in the backfield is the same thing for Andrew Harris. Andrew Harris is the same thing. Equivalent, in my eyes, to what Marshawn Lynch was. And if you have when you lose a running back like that, you can't just expect another running back to step in and make the same impact that somebody else has. And Andrew Harris being the guy that he is, I mean, watching the film, man, you're not tackling him. You understand why he was the identity of the offense. So that's a big loss right there for them.
Polaris for the last couple of seasons, especially those playoff runs. But now you're looking around and saying, well, it's Johnny Augustine's there, Brady Oliveira, of course. You've got Kyle Borsa, the young running back that was drafted a few years ago from the Regina Rams. The question for me becomes, can they go and get it when you have to have it late in the game? Because with Andrew Harris, that was what made him special for the Blue Bombers. You would say, it's the fourth quarter, it's overtime, it's the Grey Cup, and it's 2nd down and 4. Hand it off tackle, find a way to get the yardage required. Harris did it so consistently. And
in short situations, yes. From what I've seen on film, yes, he's the go-to guy.
Will they miss him at all as he moved on in free agency to the Toronto Argonauts? And the final note for the 22 Bombers for me, they're going to take everyone's best shot yet again. Everyone's going to be loading up and trying to land their best punch once again. That is exhausting. How long can they do that without wearing down? That will be the challenge for the 2022 Winnipeg Blue Bombers. They try to go into Regina and win the Grey Cup coming up this November.
Okay. So I have the stats up right now to basically back up how great their defense is, but I'm just gonna rap with y'all for a quick second. From what off of just what I'm hearing right now here at the end. Yeah, they're getting older. Yeah, they're all these things, man, that he's saying, you know, they're true. They're going to take everybody's best shot, but that's what happens when you're the hunted. It's the difference between being the hunter and the hunted. You are now the hunt. They've been the hunted now for almost 4 years. And when you're the hunted, you find ways to be elusive and get away and not get hunted. You feel what I'm saying? Winnipeg can get it done. I have no worries about it, but again, you're taking teams' best shots. You got to worry about Saskatchewan. You got to worry about Hamilton. You got to worry about Toronto. Toronto got some weapons. Ooh, Toronto might make it all the way, but it's not just the heavy hitters you got to worry about. It's the low tier teams too, because they are like Ottawa. You already know Ottawa's not going to be in the picture unless fluky shit happens. Ottawa's not a bad team. They're retooling. They got some. From watching them in their preseason game. They got something, but health is going to be their issue. But that's Ottawa. Ottawa might knock you off. You know what I'm saying? You might also have to worry about BC. These are things. This is realistic shit right here. You have every matchup is going to be important for them. They might drop a couple, or they might go undefeated. But I think I mentioned earlier, Could they go undefeated? They probably could. If on their best, if they had Andrew Harris, they could go undefeated. They run the table with Andrew Harris. But without him, is that run game going to be the same? You know, when you're in those short situations, can you get those yards with these other running backs? You know what I'm saying? But who knows? I think Winnipeg is the class. They are the class of the CFL. But everybody's catching up, and everybody's plucking from them. But they have their core, and that defense is going to have to be the staple of this team. They're going to have to be. It's just, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're the number one defense. They only gave up, 216 yards per game. Overall, 3,030 in the season. I mean, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good for a defense in the CFL. And not to mention, I mean, you got Willie Jefferson, you got Jackson Jeffcoat, you got a stellar secondary, you got good linebackers. Their defense is well-tooled. They're well-tooled. They're seasoned vets. They know what to do. But who knows what's going to happen, man. I want to see what they're going to do. I really believe Saskatchewan might be the only team that can knock off Winnipeg. That's not even on some bias shit. I'm telling you, Saskatchewan might be the team to knock off Winnipeg. Because they had their number. They had their number in the final. And because they're off, because Fajardo couldn't put points on the board like that, when the defense got all those 5, 6 turnovers, that's what stopped them. It's going to come down to who can put points up off of their defenses. That's it. But that's how I see it, y'all, man. I mean, Winnipeg is Winnipeg, and giving them their due. They've earned it. Well to do. So that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. Comment down below what I should react to next, and yeah, I'm gonna make another video here in a little bit, and for the reaction to Toronto, I think it was Toronto and Hamilton. I think it was Toronto and Hamilton, but I'm gonna react to that right here real quick. Remember, keep your head on a swivel, continue to be great, strive for greatness, be safe in these streets, and we up out of here.